they're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning.
Yes, good morning, good morning. Of course, thank you so much for staying tuned to Big Update Television. I want to say thanks to Dana and Julian for holding on the fort and the first half an hour. But we are into the sporting segment now. We have two interesting interviews for you guys this morning. And we're going to start off with Tobago Masters football. Yes, Masters, yeah, they're still playing football. We're going to chat with Mr. Geoffrey Edwards and then we're going to jump into some archery stuff. So I think Mr. Edwards is on the line already. Yes, of course. Always repping Tobago Masters Football. SW Touring Limited. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning. Good morning. Are you hearing me loud and clear?
Loud and clear. Loud and clear.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for having myself and my extension, SW Touring Limited and Tobago Masters Football Tournament, repping again all things Tobago when it comes to this portrait.
Yeah, let's play Tobago. So Warren, I mean, I know of SW Touring Limited. I mean, just before we get into what's happening here in Tobago for your Tobago Masters tournament, let's tell viewers and listeners about SW Touring and what you guys do.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because we speak in Tobago Masters Football Tournament, and this is a sport tourism venture that is, and we know sport tourism is a very lucrative niche market. And you were speaking about SW Touring Limited before, and as a sport event management and marketing company, we were able to grow this event in Tobago over the last 9 years. Barring COVID-19 that took away two, we are here again in terms of with our last edition being in 2019. And we are very proud of the team in terms of having resilience to be able to execute such an venture. We have coined this year, Let's Play Tobago, noting that Tobago for us is sporting paradise, which creates a very distinct competitive advantage when it comes to other Caribbean destinations. And we want to be able to have a little discussion as regards to that. Tobago is not only clean, serene, and beautiful, but more so in terms of its venue infrastructure with significant capacity, whereby we'll be using the Dwight York Stadium as well as the Shore Park Recreational Ground. The road network is impeccable, accommodation for all financial categories, unique culture, food, and as mentioned before, safety. Many unique selling propositions that make Tobago the ideal destination. And as we say before, sporting paradise for this, the 9th edition of Tobago Masters Football Tournament.
Hey, fantastic. And we are very delighted that you have chosen Tobago to host such a prestigious event. Let's get into the details of the tournament, right? When does it start? When does it end? In terms of, well, you mentioned Dwight York Stadium and the Shore Park Recreational Ground. Tell us about the time for matches and teams involved.
Of course. So the Tobago Masters Football Tournament is a tournament catered for persons 40 years and over. It starts on Thursday, 12th at 6 p.m. We are at Shore Park Recreational Ground, where we have one game at over 50 match between local legendary team 1976 Phoenix Masters. Their over 50 team will be in action against Combined FC, which is a team which is a South-based Trinidad team comprising of Presentation College, San Fernando, Naprima College past students who have come together to be able to put on a team for this event. On Friday the 13th to Sunday the 15th, we shift our attention to Dwight York Stadium, where we start at 11 a.m. and we go straight into the night until 9 p.m. on each day. So Friday the 13th to Sunday the 15th, 3 days we are at Dwight York Stadium, or the main field and the training field. Admission is absolutely free to the public, and we have live entertainment in terms of DJ. We have rhythm section. Daniel, I was happy to be able to see our boy in CPL doing his thing with the iron.
Yes.
We'll definitely be having him across as well. We having food. Marcus Bacon Shark Limited will be across in Tobago, as well as Tobago vendors who will be showing their culinary arts at the location. We have other specialties. Thank you very much, Marcus, for putting us on to some of Tobago's greatest in terms of snow cones and ice cream and all the other delicacies that will be on showcase, as well as a well-stocked bar. So come on out, families, come on out, persons who want to be able to see legends in action in terms of football, but in terms of the true fet match culture that is safe and sound in beautiful Tobago.
Yeah, you mentioned legends there. I mean, you care to share some of the legends that will be on show over the course of the event?
it's interesting that you mentioned that because we have carded Gary Glasgow, Arnold Dorica, Christopher Doherty, Joan Baltazar, the futsal Trinidad Tobago's very first national futsal captain. We have Mr. Leon St. Louis, who was a past attendee before. So there's a host of persons. Earl Ballhog Jar, Solution International and Solution football legend. Anthony Pilgrim coming out from Barbados, and his Bajan contingent will be across in Tobago to be able to showcase their skills.
Yeah, and Warren, I mean, people are saying over 40, over 50, as you mentioned, is a glorified FET match in a sense, right? And I'm sure that you have a number of sponsors. How are you able to get sponsors to buy into seeing fellas over 40 who may have to use sports bomb and all these different things to play?
Well, the thing about it is that let's look at it from this point of view. We are now able to commercialize what is us, FET match football. And with that being said, I want to be able to thank very much the Tobago Tourism Agency Limited, who, let's be reminded that their core mandate is to lead the development and redevelopment of the island's tourism product. And by doing so, market such as events like these, and thus reposition Tobago as a premier island destination. And in our case, a premier sport tourism destination where we look at sustainable development. As we talk about sustainable development, we also have to give kudos to Tobago Recycling Resources Initiative, who has come on board as a partner to be able to assist us when it comes to sensitizing and also acting to how it is we properly dispose of our waste. And that forms part of the Tobago Masters Football Tournament and by extension SW Torrens strategic pillar which is aligned to the UN's Sustainable Development Goals. So we are very much proud of the partners that we have in Tobago, and we can't forget the Division of Tourism, Culture and Antiquity, as well as the Ministry of Sport and Community Development, who has helped us and partnered with us when it comes to the use of some of their facilities. So it's really and truly a holistic a partnership and development whereby persons have seen the value of it, noting very well, Marcus, that Tobago Masters Football Tournament has contributed directly and indirectly to the island's GDP. When it is we did our last report in 2019, we would have accounted for over 65% of the inter-island transfer, both in terms of airfare and also via the boat. This direct and indirect contribution to the island's GDP was due to increased demand for hotel accommodation during that 4-day period, transportation services, food and beverages consumption, entertainment, television and media coverage, advertising, health and medical services, and I could go on and on in terms of the small, medium, and large-scale businesses that work with us to be able to execute this. From a simple thing as the maxi drivers, the food concessionaires that we spoke about, they have all been benefited directly and indirectly to the Tobago Masters Football Tournament being here. Noting that we have moved from 3 days to 4 days, and if all goes well, in our 10th anniversary next year, we are looking at having even more venues. So that means more injection into the economy.
Yeah, Warren, so much to take in. I mean, we can stay here whole morning talking about Tobago Masters and all that you have done from SW Touring Limited. And of course, as a Tobagonian and someone into sport, I want to thank you for all that you have done in showing that, Tobago is the destination to ensure that, we have the Masters playing so that the youngsters can have someone to look up to. And in fact, to see them playing is a blessing still in that sense. So I want to thank you so much for being here this morning. And I want to wish you all the best with the event starting next Thursday. So Tobago, you go out there and support the Tobago Masters Football Tournament. Thank you so much, Warren.
If I may quickly just remind persons that they can contact us at 78sport, 787-7678, and they could check out Tobago Masters Football Tournament online on Facebook at SW Touring Limited. So see them next week, the 12th to the 15th in Tobago.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful weekend.
Same to you.
Yes, of course. We've been talking there with Geoffrey Edwards. I call him Warren, Managing Director of SW Touring Limited. And I mean, I've been to the Masters Football Tournament, and I mean, those guys, trust me, still, I mean, they may be a bit on the older side of things, but they are still skillful enough to entertain.